Bridges, with your host, Doni Miller, connecting our community with information about issues and opportunities.
Hey, good Sunday morning and welcome to Bridges. You know what? I bet you thought that most kids go to school in order to learn, and for the most part that would probably be true. But I bet you'd be surprised to learn that many kids in Lucas County go to school so that they can eat. And when school is over, many kids in Lucas County go hungry. Well, there's a man here by the name of Tony Siebenek, who's the executive director of Feed Lucas County Children, who said, you know what, that's just unacceptable and I'm going to do something about it. And so Bridges has joined with the Toledo Free Press and Patrick Timmis, who's here today as a staff writer from the Free Press. Thank you so much for joining us. Bridges and you guys have joined together to highlight this very important issue. Very important issue, and thank you both for being here. Tony, what a nightmare. I understand. Let me start you guys off with some statistics. I bet you'll be surprised that 20% of Lucas County children live at or below the poverty level. Over 21,000 children do not receive balanced meals during the summer months. And food bank and other food subsidies really don't fill that void. They do a great job, but they don't fill that void, right?
Yeah, you know, we looked at this situation back 10 years ago, and you know, we were hearing statistics like that, and we thought, okay, you know, how accurate is it? But after 9 months of some really good research, we found out that there is that many kids that could use a really good meal. I mean, we're very blessed. I mean, we have the food banks. Actually, what we did is we took a look at the hunger issue as a whole. You know, you have the homeless shelters that work with the hunger. You've got like the food banks that are working with them, and then you've got organizations in this county that work with the senior citizens, and then you've got the children. And I was really shocked to find out that not that many kids were really getting the healthy meal in the summertime when the school closed.
Yeah.
It was, I just couldn't believe it.
It's pretty overwhelming. Patrick, you're the architect of this series and the staff writer on this particular set of stories?
You know, I've been talking to parents, teachers, camp leaders, and there's over 29,000 kids in Lucas County at or below the poverty line. And a common theme I'm getting talking to people is a lot of these kids are eating 1, maybe 2 meals a day, and chances are that's something from McDonald's. Maybe they didn't even order it from McDonald's. Maybe it's out of the trash bin after closing time, because you know kids will go and they'll dumpster dive. They'll go in, tear out you know, a sandwich. It's wrapped. It's in there, and it's food.
What are you finding the family circumstances to be like generally in these situations?
You know, I think a lot of it is really low income. You know, I was talking to a mom just the other day, single mom, 3 kids. She's got a job at the hot dog shop, you know, barely paying the bills. With the food stamps, she can typically stretch. Typically, you know, they're eating something.
They're eating something.
Yeah.
They're eating something. Tony, same experience as Patrick's?
Oh my goodness, yeah. I'm not ashamed to admit, but there's been times, you know, a man, we've got to be strong and everything. But
that's what you guys say. I know, I don't quite get that, but yeah.
Yeah, but there's been days when I've got pretty choked up, especially when I see, you know, there's a lot of reasons why these kids aren't getting that decent meal. And, you know, just like Patrick mentioned, but also, you know, we work with a lot of groups to provide education through a lot of these sites that we provide meals to. But there's a lot of areas like, you know, maybe trouble reading sometimes with the parents, maybe a lack of information of where some of these meals are at. And then you get to talk to these kids. Oh my goodness,
what
these
are the kids saying?
Oh my goodness, you know, they can just warm your day up in one regards. But you know, they just are looking for someplace where they know they can count on that meal. I mean, like Patrick said, yeah, they're getting some assistance, but that assistance doesn't last a whole month. And these children know, I mean, they'll sit there and tell you, I'm hungry. There's not that much food in the house, and they know about when the middle of the month is coming, when their assistance runs out.
Really? And you know what's amazing to me is that many of us really don't understand what it means to be hungry. I mean, we think we do, but we really don't understand what it means to be hungry. And I think many people are going to be surprised to know that there are so many kids in Lucas County who are hungry. Why do you think we're not paying attention to this issue?
Boy, that's when we started this big community effort 9 years ago, we thought the wise choice to really get down to some of those questions and answers. So we went out into the community, and right now we've got a lot of community partners, and each year that number grows, but the same question is asked every year: what are we missing? Why doesn't the public realize how bad the problem is? You know, we're very fortunate in this country to have a good food supply, but it just doesn't all get moved around to these families in need.
Yeah, and we're not. It doesn't. It does.
No.
And Patrick, when you were researching this, what conclusions did you draw about why this is not the kind of community focus that it should be?
I don't think people are that aware of it. You know, we've run, I think, 2 stories already, and Tony's been telling me the outpouring of people calling in saying, I want to do something, I want to help, has just been huge. And I think it's just awareness.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is a very, very generous community, I think, when people understand that there is an issue. And again, I think that we just don't envision that kids are not eating. I mean, the picture of a child dumpster diving, as you call it, just breaks your heart. Just absolutely breaks your heart. But you guys, you're doing a zillion meals a day, from what I understand.
Yeah, each year we continuously reach more kids. Over the last 9 years of this big community engagement, sometimes people will come in, well, how many meals did you serve today? And well, 3,500, 4,800 today, and their mouth drops to the ground. And with us, it's like, that's really no big deal. And so it's a good feeling to see us feed all these kids. And what we're hoping to do is see more. Donnie, we'd like to see more people just come in and physically see what's going on.
Physically see what's
just
going
come
on.
in and physically see what's going on, ride along with us.
Well, I want to talk about your process in just a second, so that people get a good sense of what it is you do and how you do it. But I found this number in an article that was actually written by Tom Pounds. It was an editorial about this issue, and he says that you guys did more than 242,000 meals in 11 weeks.
Yeah.
Is he right?
Yeah, he's correct.
That's amazing. 242,000 meals in 11 weeks?
Yep. Yeah.
How does that happen?
Well, over the years of feeding these children, we've had to keep moving from space to space. We were in a small kitchen when we started out, and we just keep moving into a bigger kitchen. We understand how these kids are going to eat, and we know what they like to eat, and so we put together a menu. Like, Donnie, we know every day this summer what we're going to serve, okay?
So give me a typical menu.
Typical menu? Oh my goodness. Yesterday it was chicken fajita with rice, and then seasoned green beans, and let's say a fresh peach. I think it was fresh peaches yesterday, but don't quote me on that.
All right, I won't.
The walking taco. Oh my goodness. When these
What is a walking taco?
Oh boy, when these kids say they slam that, oh boy, that means they knocked it off. The walking taco is really just, we take a bag of Doritos, but these are healthy baked Doritos. And then they open it up and just dump in the salsa, the lettuce, the turkey taco meat that we use. We don't use hamburger, we use healthy turkey.
So these meals are focused in a way that supports their nutrition, as well as focuses on feeding these kids.
We are very excited about that. We have been told that we have one of the healthiest menus in the state of Ohio for children.
So when you were out and about, did you have the opportunity to go to some of the feeding? I don't like that term, feeding sites. What do you?
I don't
like
either.
That. What do you call them?
We just say these are all.
Come on and eat.
Yeah. We just say, hey, here's a location for you kids to eat. Come on in.
Come on in. All right.
I did actually. I spent this past Monday. Spent the day as a volunteer with FLCC, and it was a great experience. And I'll tell you what, you're here, and the kids are coming in, and you're looking at their faces, and they're so happy to be there. Like there's not this idea of charity to them. It's, I'm being fed.
You know, the look on your face tells me that you felt a bit overwhelmed by all of this.
It was a feeling I wasn't expecting. The whole it was really hard to go in there and be a journalist, honestly.
Really?
You wanted to, be there. You wanted to help these kids out. And you had mentioned, Donnie, that why aren't people, more involved?
Yeah.
And there actually is a pretty easy opportunity for anyone to be. From July 3rd to 17th, Walt Churchill's markets.
Oh, you're way ahead of me there.
Am I way
go
ahead of
ahead.
you?
Go ahead. Go right ahead. We're going to put that information on the screen for you, but go ahead.
All
It's
right.
called Food Roundup?
Round Up Hunger
Roundup
campaign.
Hunger, okay.
And they'll be rounding up, they'll ask you, are you willing to round up to the next dollar? And so that money, whether 1 cent, 99 cents, all of that will go directly to Feed Lucas County children.
It's a fabulous idea, and it's happening at the Walt Churchill, both locations, right? One in Perrysburg, one out in Sylvania. Is that? Yeah, I think it's in Sylvania.
Yeah.
And again, it's a really easy way for people to be involved in that. We're going to go away right now. We're going to come back, though, and talk about that and a few other things that I think it's really important for people to know about this very important issue. We'll be right back in just a few seconds. Don't go away.